Welcome to Your Choice 2020 primary election coverage on HOMTV. I'm Brandy Yates, and joining me for this candidate interview is Barb Byrum, Democratic incumbent candidate for Ingham County Clerk. Welcome, and would you like to give a brief introduction, Barb?
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Ingham County Clerk Barb Byrum, and I want to first thank HOMTV and Meridian Township, the entire team, for inviting me to participate on this interview. I've had the pleasure of serving as Ingham County's clerk over the last 8 years. During that time, I've helped to ensure that elections are safe and secure, and that everyone has access to the ballot. I've worked hard to be accessible to all residents of Ingham County, expanding my presence in Lansing to more conveniently serve the customers at my office. I hope that over the next half hour that I'm able to share with you a little bit about me and why I know that I'm the best choice for you for voting for Ingham County Clerk.
Thank you. Each Ingham County Clerk candidate will be asked a standard list of 11 questions. Let's get started with question number 1. What are your qualifications to serve as County Clerk?
So I've been the Ingham County Clerk for 8 years now. During that time, I have become accredited as a certified election registrant with the Election Center. In 2017, I served as the Election Center Security Task Force Committee. I also have served and currently serve on Michigan's Election Security Commission. I'm a member of the Overseas Voting Initiative, which is with the Council of State Governments and the Department of Defense. I am an active participant in the Michigan Association of County Clerks, and I have successfully conducted 25 elections and was one of only a handful of county clerks in the state of Michigan to successfully complete the 2016 presidential recount. I also have a law degree from Michigan State University College of Law.
Question number 2. What do you believe are the top responsibilities of County Clerk?
First and foremost, the top responsibility of the county clerk is as the chief elections official of Ingham County, ensuring that we have safe and secure elections throughout our county. I've worked hard through those 25 elections that I have conducted, and I've administered over the past 8 years to ensure that everyone has had equal access to the ballot and that elections are administered justly and that the results are reported timely and efficiently. In addition, I'm guardian of the county's vital records, making sure that birth certificates, marriage licenses, and death records are kept safe and secure and are made available to Ingham County residents should they need them.
Question number 3. What importance do you place on keeping the county clerk's office on the cutting edge of technology?
I believe that it's imperative that we keep the clerk's office on the cutting edge of technology so that we may assist Ingham County residents, making their experience as easily as possible. With budgetary and statutory restrictions, it's not always possible to have the most up-to-date equipment, but I have fought hard to ensure that we bring Ingham County Clerk's office into the 21st century. With the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, I have been working with the county's IT department to explore how we may better provide online services to Ingham County residents so that those residents seeking vital records can do so from the convenience and safety of their own home while maintaining security.
Question number 4, and you touched on this a little bit. How do you propose to maintain the safety and accuracy of county records?
Yeah, so I've been keeping county records safe since I took office 8 years ago. The safest way to keep records is via paper. And it is incumbent upon me to ensure that those records are stored safely. In fact, in 2016, I started storing records in a more safe and secure fashion with a temperature and humidity controlled environment at an offsite storage facility. Of course, it's imperative that all of those records are also available electronically. So I have worked to ensure that they are scanned into our electronic file system so that when a customer requests a certified copy of their record, it's immediately available to them.
Question number 5. How do you plan to maintain the integrity and accuracy of county elections?
So Michigan's election system is one of the most decentralized election systems in the nation. And what I mean by that is the county clerk programs the election, programs those tabulators to read the ballots, while the local city and township clerks conduct the election. They do a public accuracy testing to make sure that my programming properly reads those ballots. And then they conduct the day of the election. Once the election is over, the unofficial election night results are brought to me at the county, and I post those for public viewing. The day later, the day after the election, 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans, known as the Ingham County Counting Board, will go through all of the elections to make sure that for every ballot cast, there was a voter who voted, and finally certify the election. In addition, after the election, I work with the Secretary of State and the local clerks to audit randomly selected precincts to make sure the election was done properly and the results were accurate. I've also been an advocate for Michigan to continue to use paper ballots. It is the most secure way to vote, and it is the best way to audit. I do not believe you can accurately audit an election if there is not a paper ballot. So I'm a firm believer in paper ballots when we're looking at the security of our elections.
Question number 6. Please explain how you believe the election process will evolve in the future and how will that impact voters?
Yeah, so as a result of the passage of Proposal 3 in 2018, voters no longer need a reason to vote by absentee ballot. This is a wonderful change that was brought by grassroots voters ballot initiative. Therefore, however, we have been seeing an increase, a steady increase in voting by absentee ballot. I've been working with my colleagues, Democrats, Republicans, nonpartisan appointed clerks, to encourage the legislature to allow for early processing of AB ballots, absent voter ballots, as unofficial election night results are likely going to take longer into the evening, perhaps even the next day, as a result of the restrictive statutes and not enough ballot tabulators that are available. At some point in the near future, I expect there to be increased calls for the use of technology to try to take the process of applying for a ballot and perhaps even voting online. And this presents all sorts of new challenges and concerns in regards to cybersecurity concerns, fraud concerns, and more. I feel, quite frankly, that I am well suited to take on those concerns as a member of the Election Security Task Force and the Michigan Election Security Commission.
Question number 7. How do you propose to maximize county services to residents while remaining within financial constraints?
Yeah, so I'm always on the lookout for ways to make the clerk's office more efficient and provide the same excellent level of service to our customers that our office is so known for. I recently submitted my budget proposal for next year and was able to include a 12.7% decrease from this year's budget. I expect that my office will still be able to provide the excellent customer service, perhaps even better, to Ingham County residents, even with such a budget decrease.
Question number 8. What ideas do you have to increase citizen awareness of the county clerk's office?
Yeah, so I have worked hard to ensure that people are made aware of what it is the Ingham County Clerk's Office does for them. Most people know that we do elections. And election night, the clerks are always being called. I've been actively updating my website, blogging about Michigan elections on a Collectablog, posting on Twitter and Facebook about the services that the Ingham County Clerk's Office provides. I've also hosted many voter registration events, held election administration academies for Ingham County residents. I posted public service announcements about the election and also about absentee voting and how it's changed since the passage of Proposal 3 in 2018. I'm also a frequent source of information for local journalists writing about elections throughout our nation and certainly in Ingham County.
Question number 9. What do you see as the relationship between the county clerk and the county board of commissioners?
It's a check and balance relationship, quite frankly. As clerk, I propose the draft minutes from all of the board meetings, committee and board of the whole meetings. And those commissioners can either approve or amend and approve those minutes. I propose a budget, and the Board of Commissioners can either approve or modify my budget requests. Constitutionally, I'm the Chief Elections Administrator for the county. So commissioners who wish to run for office must file with me. I'm also charged with enforcing campaign finance, and those disclosure reports are also filed with me. As a result of the latter, sometimes that relationship is a bit difficult, but I firmly believe that it is my responsibility to hold all candidates, including myself, to the same standards when it comes to filing for elections and campaign finance disclosures.
Question number 10. What do you see as the biggest challenges facing Ingham County in the next 4 years?
The budget. Reconciling the budget, our budgetary impacts as a result of COVID-19. My budget request for 2021 is 12.7% decrease of what we have this year. But there are hard decisions ahead, and there are hard decisions that are going to have to be made to tighten our belts. Ingham County's IT department is insufficiently staffed, and the technology used is in need of modernization. We should be able to make better use of technology so customers can complete transactions with my office remotely. Ingham County will have a new controller slated to start in September, and this will present opportunities and new initiatives and changes the way the county operates.
Question number 11, and our final question. If elected, what goals do you wish to accomplish as county clerk?
So my top priority has always been and will continue to be making sure that all qualified registered voters are afforded the opportunity to exercise their right to vote. After the last 8 years, that has taken on many forms, including providing accessible and responsive staff, holding voter registration drives throughout the county, assisting voters with their absentee ballot requests, and providing easy opportunity to sign up for the permanent absent voter ballot application list.
Okay, and at this time we have finished the standard list of 11 questions with Barb Byrum, Democratic incumbent candidate for Ingham County Clerk. We do have some time before your closing statement if there's any other topics you'd like to discuss or bring up at this time.
I don't believe so, except I would encourage all of your viewers, I think most importantly, especially now that we're in the middle of a pandemic, I would encourage your voters to request to vote by absentee ballot. The Secretary of State mailed out applications to all voters. And you can also, the Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson, also has an online portal for people to request an absentee ballot online now. I would encourage people to vote by absentee ballot. You never know what August is going to bring. It could be hot, it could be raining, and we could have a surge. So I would encourage people to vote by absentee ballot. Mail is taking a bit longer right now. So if people do vote by absentee ballot, that ballot must be mailed to them. But there are drop boxes. Most clerks have drop boxes. I know Meridian Township has a drop box. So voters can vote that ballot and drop it in the drop box right there and make sure their voice is heard.
Okay, so at this time, with the few minutes remaining, we'd like to give you the opportunity to make a closing statement.
Yeah, so first and foremost, thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions or concerns for me, please feel free to visit my campaign website at barbbyrum.com or contact me at barb@barbbyrum.com. You may also follow me on Twitter or Facebook at Barb Byrum. I ask for your support and your vote to continue to serve as your Ingham County Clerk. Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. And this was a candidate interview with Barb Byrum, Democratic incumbent candidate for Ingham County Clerk. I'm Brandy Yates, inviting you to watch live primary election night coverage on Tuesday, August 4th, right here on HOMTV. Thank you for watching.